No, this is my pizza, get your own, by user AgileFee6057. So one day, I didn't feel like making dinner, so I ordered a pizza. Not wanting to wait an hour, nor willing to pay an additional $10 for a tip and delivery charge, I picked it up myself. I get home, pull into my parking lot and head into the building. A neighbor says over here and walks over to me reaching for my pizza. I pulled it away, saying it was mine. So he started to ask me where his was. Told him I didn't know. He asked if I was sure it wasn't his. I said yes, this is my pizza, I bought it. He was genuinely confused that someone else could have bought a pizza and not be delivering it to him. I was laid off 1 year ago, no I cannot help you, by user prophecy_Germany. I used to work for networking company as IT admin. I was supporting 27 countries including Russia and even visited our branch in Moscow so I knew all employees on site in person. In 2017 our company was bought by a bigger fish and the whole IT department was laid off including my sorry ass, but because I have been with the company for 16 years I got a very nice severance package. Just being through a divorce I decided to go sabbatical. One day I received a message in LinkedIn from the manager of the Moscow branch. They were lucky and could stay inside the other company and also kept their devices which I set up during my visit. Him: hello prof, how are you? Me: hey Ivan, I am doing fine. How are you? Him: I need your help. Me: what help would you want from me? I left the company a year ago. Him: the BIOS is password protected and I need it now. For your information, all devices leaving my stock had the BIOS password protected. Me: I do not work for XYZ anymore. Call their help desk. Him: did that but they do not know. I need the password now. Me: Ivan, again. I was kicked out, deleted all company files as requested. I do not know and cannot look it up anymore. Him: I need the password now. That is when I left the conversation and removed him from my connections. Luckily never heard of him again. Edit: my company was chopped into 7 pieces and sold for a penny. For instance, we bought a Wi-Fi company for $1.4 billion, they sold for it under $500 million. Some few engineers were transferred into the overtaking company. They saw a bright future for themselves. I argued to wait for 12 months and we will see. They only kept the name. Everything and everyone was gone after a year. Solid company, $2 billion revenue, 6,500 employees kicked to the curb. Well, shit happens you might say, but when I joined back 2002 we only had 60 employees in EMEA, Europe, Middle East, Africa. When laid off we had 700 plus employees, thus I knew everyone in person because I onboard/supported each and everyone myself. Karen eager to have employee punished mistakes me for manager, by user Llama 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 1991. I honestly thought that all these stories were just made up for karma, that people like this didn't exist because how in God's green earth does a grown-ass person consciously choose to embarrass themselves? It had been a long week and a long day at work, so I decided to stop at my favorite store with the red bullseye for some decent, moderately priced cabernet and some bubble bath stuff. Your girl likes to be bougie on a budget. I'm sure you all know where this story is going, given the sub we're on. A Karen, though not the typical Karen look, she had long hair and didn't seem like she was even 40 yet. Definitely not old enough for the entitlement dementia that is Karen, as calmly as she could to seem professional I guess, stormed up to me. She began lamenting how the teen employee would not get the thing for her, they don't have the thing apparently, and he needed to be disciplined. Cut his pay. Cut his hours. Fire him. He has zero work ethic. It was starting to hurt my ears. The poor kid wasn't far off, and came up because he realized that I am not employed by Bullseye. I want him fired. I can't do that, ma'am, and if I could I wouldn't. What do you mean you can't? Aren't you a manager here? But you have a name tag. It even says manager on it. Yeah, it says property manager in the company I work for. So you're still a manager, right? I was fed up there. Ma'am, what does the logo on my tag say? Is there a little bullseye? Am I wearing red or whatever color managers wear here? But you're a manager. You have to help me. You have to punish him. Now I'm effing fed up, baffled and befuddled. I just want to get my bubbles, my cabernet, and go get in my giant tub so I can boil myself alive. Why are people like this? I'm beginning to believe all the tales and myths of the terrible Karen. I walk past her carefully not to brush against her at all so she can't claim assault. Her breath smells like egg and cigarettes. Once past her, I speed up and grab whatever booze and bubbles are on display so I can get to check out. Oh god, she's following me. Maybe if she were 60 or so she would have given up. I luckily make it through checkout with my 2 things bagged and have my receipt. My social anxiety tells me that people think I'm a thief because I'm running. I'm safe in my car. I don't see her anywhere. I drive home. As I'm finally in my tub, relaxing, eyes closed, turning into a human lobster. I see her. When will I escape? I will forever know that Karen is real. She is not a mythological beast. She's an actual living monster. Edit. To everyone saying I should have / could have fired the kid, you overestimate my power and you underestimate my anxiety. Am I a Karen? By user Grumpusnarf. EDA to say thank you so much to all the people who responded. You folks are RAD. So I am short. 4 feet 11 inches and it is very difficult to reach the stuff on the top shelf. I am not old or feeble. But just don't want to climb a store shelf to get my favorite crackers or whatever. So I will always try to ask an employee. I never ever ask the soda guys who are stocking the aisles but are on their own timeline and different company. My cousin did this for a while but for chips and it's so I have empathy for those folks. But I am not above asking for help from a taller human. I try to ask another woman, because women are brothers and won't take it wrong. But I sometimes will ask a guy if he is the only person around. I ask super politely, and say I am sorry to be a bother, but can you hand me X? And thank them profusely. I hope I am not the lady you all are talking about. But give it to me straight, Reddit friends. We aren't inside or near a store, by user OK_Zookeeper Game 5572. This story is a couple of years back when I was working at Y Store. It isn't the most dramatic but I still find it entertaining to think back on and thought it might be worth sharing. Some background info for the story. Y Store is a big store, which was located about in 45 minutes car ride away whereas X Store was located 10 minutes car ride away. Both stores have a blue shirt with the logo printed on, however the logo is very big and is very visible bow on the front and back. I, F, 21 at the time, was walking with a big headset and walking towards the train station to go to work. I was wearing Y Store's uniform, the name is very clearly written on both the chest and the back, when I get pulled quite roughly on the shoulder turning me around to face, let's call him male Karen. Taking off my headset I prepare to face the music that follows. MK, why weren't you answering? I was yelling at you and had to run to catch up to you. Me, oh sorry I was wearing a headset so I couldn't hear. MK, when is X Store closing? Me, I don't know. It should be written online when it closes. MK, this is horrible customer service. Why don't you know? Me, I'm sorry but I don't work at X Store. MK, you should know. You are wearing their uniform. Me, I work at Y brand, to believe it could be around 21 or 22 but I don't know and you would need to double check. MK, why aren't you googling it? You are a representative of X Store. Me, I'm sorry but I am obviously not working not now not at X Store and I have a train to catch. MK, well you have your uniform on. That means you are working. In a public street with no shops nearby, yeah tell me how that makes sense. Me, no, and I am really sorry but I have to go. MK, what's your name? I want to complain to your manager. Me, I don't feel comfortable disclosing my name to you, I am leaving now, goodbye. And then I turn around, just hearing him curse/yell after me to come back, while I run away in the opposite direction towards the station. I did miss my train unfortunately and had to take the next one. Sorry it wasn't more dramatic. I hope the store employees didn't have a too hard time with him afterwards.